Hello everyone, this is John Ward with the Appalachian Channel, and this is my son Dustin. You've been seeing him in some of my videos in the last month. We are working together on getting out and finding some of disappearing Appalachia. And this is one of the stops today that's going to be on the road trip. Just a small brief stop. I wanted to show you the Rose service station here in Tazewell, Tennessee. And I've been here some years ago with Ralph Robertson. Many of you probably that's been watching the channel for years remember me and Ralph coming here and him talking about getting gas here back in the 40s. But we're going on a road trip to Rogersville, Tennessee today. And Rogersville is one of the second oldest towns supposedly in Tennessee. And it's got some beautiful old buildings, and we're in search of some type of a restaurant to maybe make some contacts with about coming back and documenting. But we're going to show you inside just a little bit. We can't go in and slot, but we're going to film inside the windows just a little bit, walk around them. We're going to get in the car and we're going to head to Rogersville and maybe even find something on the way to stop and film. So guys, let's go over and look at the station, then get on the road. Gulf. They had kerosene here at one time. I guess it pumped out of here. And this was the motor oil, if you needed oil. These are the tanks, and I don't know if these are original. They might be somebody in the comments can tell us if these are original to this gas station here. But looks like you had to come in here and open this and crank it and to make it pump. Had to pump. I guess that's why they call it a gas pump. How about that? All right, you come out here and you pump it. So maybe we figured something out there. But yeah, I've been here before. Neat little service station has been preserved in time. Let's see if we can see anything inside the building here. Got no Coke machine in there, cash register, and some signs of all kinds on the wall. And yeah. Oh, got a tire changing machine over here. This is a manual one. How about that? I guess you had to turn, so he turned it with this. You know, I guess there's some people on here remember seeing these being used, but I don't know that I've ever seen one of these being used. But I guess that would work to change a tire, Dustin.
I like it.
Well, let's get ready to get out of here and hit the road. You ready to go?
Let's go.
All righty. All right, I'm here with Julie Hunter, and this is the Veterans Overlook, and this is Claiborne County, or what county were you in?
Granger County.
Granger County, and I've been here before, but I never had seen this memorial here. How long's it been here?
It's been here a long time.
Has it?
Like over 30 years.
30 years, okay. Well, it's probably been that long since I've been through here. But anyways, we're on our way to Rogersville, and we wanted to stop here and get a picture of the Overlook, and we found Julie here, and she's with, tell us about the post you're with.
Okay, I'm with the American Legion. It's post 294. It is a group of veterans that's getting reestablished in Granger County, and our commander, he's a dear friend of mine. And it's all about Vets for Vets, because people think of the American Legion as a drinking bar and stuff like that. We're not like that. We're all about the veterans. And that's what this memorial is for. It's for veterans that has in the service, POW, MIA, whatever line of service they're in. This is for them. And everything that we do and have done here is strictly for veterans. The gentleman that started this off was Ken. His name's Ken Coffey. He is the Granger County historian and the Cumberland Gap historian. And he started this out, and he got an artist by the name of Mike Hammer to build it. It was just 3 poles here at one time. Mike has built the wall back here and got the flower beds and the landscaping. He done the benches, and it was all done voluntarily. Summer Taylor in Morrisburg, they've donated the rocks, the material's been donated, and with the flowers, Stratton Farms donates flowers. Rural King has donated flowers, and there'll be more coming from Lowe's. And right now I'm getting it ready for the community sunrise service. Don't matter if you go to church or not, they'll have a sunrise service up here to stand the hair up on your arm. It's wonderful. But then there'll be the Smoky Mountain Riders come in the Sunday before Memorial Day. And that ride it starts off in Sevierville and ends up here. It's a 65-mile ride. And that ride is done that for 25 years. And this is their last year. The president is stepping down, and hopefully someone will step up and be president and carry it on, because it's a county-wide event. The fire departments, the police department, other biking clubs, people think of biking clubs as a bad thing. They're not a bad thing. They're out here representing veterans, they're representing children with cancer, they're representing adults with cancer, and they have these rides as fundraisers. And Ken Coffey, our historian that started this, he also put kiosk up here, and May 16th, they're going to have a ribbon cutting down the bottom of the hill, right there at the edge of the lake, is Tate Springs, and there'll be a Frontier phone building there. That's an old Civil War place, and they're opening. Granger County has received grants. They're going to build a bridge and have leased an island from TVA that'll be the Veterans Park.
Wow.
So it's really
You're excited about that.
excited. But the memorial over here was done from the Morristown vets, Vietnam vets, and it's the combat veterans. And they've established this memorial up here, and people by the thousands will stop in up here and just pay respects to their servicemen, whether they're still here or not. And it's something really to be proud of. And
I can tell you're proud to be here to help.
I'm proud to be here every time, because my grandfather was a POW MIA in World War II. He was a fighter pilot, and he got shot down over France. And this is my time that I can spend with him and the other folks in my family. My dad was in the Navy. Whoever has served their time fighting for our country.
Yeah, absolutely.
They gave their lives, their family has sacrificed, and you'll be surprised how many people will share their stories up here when I'm up here working on the flowers. Such as you. I appreciate y'all's time and effort, and again, it's all about the veterans, and our country has forgot about them. And like I say, it's been here over 30 years, and it'll keep going another 30 or longer.
Well, thank you for the information. So nice to meet you today.
Nice to meet you.
And, we'll let you get to work, okay?
Appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you.
All right, guys, we just left the Overlook down there and come up here to the Clinch Mountain Bakery and Restaurant and run into Channing Green here. He watches my videos, and we've chatted some on Facebook, I guess, and he does a memorial here with this flag and some things he takes care of, and he's got a nonprofit of his own. And tell us a little bit about what you do, Channing.
I like to clean up old cemeteries and dig in them, clean them, straighten them up, and put flags on the veterans. All veterans, Confederate veterans get a Confederate flag, other veterans get an American flag, and try to just keep them clean.
Now tell us about the two graves you keep up that fought against each other.
My third great-grandfather was W.M. Atkins. He was in the 3rd Tennessee Cavalry. He is buried down in the holler, and his brother Archibald Atkins is buried right here beside the restaurant, and he's a Union soldier, and they fought against each other in the Civil War.
Now, did they both live here in this area at the time?
Both of them born and raised right here.
How about that?
It's where all my mama's people's from here.
Yeah.
So when I done the flagpole, I just put up a little memory of him, because I come up here and eat, and keep all their gravestones clean.
Well, so let's look at the restaurant here, Dustin. Let's film around this way. You say you eat here quite a bit?
I eat here all the time.
And it's home of the vinegar pie. I've never had vinegar pie. What's that about?
It's been here for a long time. Some people like it, some people don't, but I like it because they got the special is a 2-pound double cheeseburger.
2-pound double cheeseburger.
The burgers are 1-pound patties. You can either get a 2-pounder or 1-pounder. If you get a child's burger, it's still a big burger.
Well, can you help us get set up with the owner maybe and call me back about us coming up here and doing a video? And we'll come up here and we'll just make a video one day here.
I sure can do that.
All right. Well, hey, it was good meeting you up here today.
Thank you for coming by.
God bless you for your work. All right, guys, we are in old downtown Rogersville, Tennessee. Rogersville was first settled in 1775. This was our destination today to get here to show you this beautiful town. And we just went into the Old Town Emporium and talked to Kathy. She's got some really neat stuff in there, and we're going to come in and let you see it, guys. You all ready? Let's go inside and meet Kathy. This is some of the stuff I like right here. The steampunk art. I think she said her grandson makes this. Maybe she can tell us about it. Hey, Kathy, we're back.
That wasn't long enough.
It wasn't long enough. Well, we just had to go get the camera over here. And
There's 2 stores down there too, Luella's and Mountain Star.
yeah, what do they sell?
Well, Luella's is like giftware,
Yeah.
and Mountain Star is like little sections of,
Vendors, different vendors maybe?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know the owner, I've never asked.
You've got some neat stuff in here. We really loved your store. And just if you want to just give us a little quick tour around and maybe show us some of your items of interest.
Okay,
You got some interesting things in here.
thanks. I just finished my crepe from this morning from my daughter just opened a restaurant in Seguinsville.
Oh yeah? What kind of restaurant did she open up?
It's called the Bitty Bistro. This is her menu. She has different things. So she has crepes and
I'm not for sure how far away is this.
I knew I wrote this tag. Thanks to you, I found it. I just started to write another one. It's about 15 minutes from here up the road.
Okay.
But she's only there from 7 in the morning until 2.
Okay.
So, but it's it's brand new. They bought the building and ended up having to redo the whole inside.
Was it an older building? Did they get an older?
It was always a restaurant,
Okay.
and it was, yes, old.
Old, yeah.
And decrepit.
So a lot of these buildings have been around for a while. This is an old town.
This one, yeah.
Yeah. You want to tell us about your grandson's art here? That's really interesting. You say this is your grandson that does this?
Yes, my grandson is Hunter Hickson, and he's an artist. Like he can draw a lion coming out.
Oh, so he can draw too?
Yeah, he's musical. Everybody thinks he's a professional singer, so he's got that gift. So these are just a few of his that are left, but like I said, 38 of them are sold already. He had a big gas can. My favorite was an antique, it looked like a car pump handle, and the gas nozzle came out the top and then kind of like this
Right.
down and had the clear light bulb, so it looked like gas was pouring out.
So he's got this piece here and this piece and this piece.
This we call the bomb.
The bomb. Yeah, I can see why. So you've got a steering wheel for a Mustang and got a Coke or a Pepsi machine here. You don't see many of the Pepsis.
An old Pepsi.
That's in good shape,
it
ain't it?
Still works.
Yeah.
There's another lamp up there that you push that.
This is something you've been doing for a while then, I guess. You
40
said
years.
40 years. Are you from here, or did you move to?
No, do I sound like I'm ready?
Well, that's why I was asking you maybe where you're from.
We're from Southern California when it used to be nice.
When it used to be
When it
nice.
used to be a real state, and it used
So-
that's probably not.
So did you escape California and come to Tennessee?
That's what I said. I said that to some people, and they looked at me like, and I said, not that kind of escape.
Yeah, there's a lot of people from California moving to North Carolina and Tennessee.
Yeah, I couldn't put my good stuff out there, and
Now, why is that?
well, because I wouldn't have it.
They'd steal it in California?
Yeah, steal it and ruin it and break
Really?
it, and
How about that?
yeah.
So how did you come to the decision to end up here in
Our
Rogersville?
son-in-law is Matt Hickson, school superintendent
Okay.
of Hawkins County.
So your daughter was living here already.
Well, we wanted to move, and he only had 4 years to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided he didn't want to finish raising his kids there. And so he shot out a resume, and they called, and my daughter said,
They're moving.
go with us on this job interview. And so I closed my music, and well, I had a performing arts studio in the back of my store
Yeah?
in California. So I closed my store. We came out here with them, and I didn't want to go back.
Wow. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
So how
so
long have you been
beautiful.
here now?
5.5 years.
5.5 years. Have you been back to California any? Do you still have
Never. No, I told people, I told people, if you die, I won't be there.
Oh, yeah.
And our pastor died, and that was hard not to
Or
go. But
just didn't have no desire to go
once
back.
we got our foot over that line, the tire rolled over, it was like, I could breathe.
So you was born and raised there in California? Yeah.
Yes, my dad was 30 years in the Navy. I was born in San Diego.
Okay.
My husband was born in San Diego. We never wanted to leave.
Yeah.
But we are both very happy here. We love it.
Yeah, I can
It's
see why.
Not more beautiful.
A little
can't
slower
get-
pace here, right?
Yeah. I'm busy, but
Not quite as busy as
No, I
the pace in
love-
California
I love-
seems fast.
the busy of here.
Yeah, being here, yeah. Well, when you got a business, you always got something to do.
Yeah.
There's always. I've worked for myself my entire life, so I know.
Did you then? Yeah, then you know.
So yeah, you got some clothes, like vintage clothes here. It looks like vintage hats and vintage dresses and shoes and jewelry and.
A lot of the theater, sorry, I was I'm always redoing stuff. What you
I like
see
the
this
orange
week
phone.
will
Now,
be
this
different.
would have to be a Vols fan that would like the orange phone. Now you don't. I never have seen an orange one.
That's what it is. It was supposed to be used at the college.
Was it? So it was for you too,
And they bought a lot of them for the offices.
right?
And before they could get them out, they changed to push button.
So that one might not have been used much. Don't look
It
like.
was never used.
Never used.
This is also a lamp that my grandson made. It's a floor
Oh.
lamp.
A floor lamp. Look at this up here, Dustin. Look at these shoes. Yeah, you have a very nice store, and you decorate and you organize your stuff very nice. It looks absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
So, how do you come by all these vintage clothes? Are you buying estate sales, or how do you buy?
It started when we were first married, paid 1 month of apartment rent, and went, I'm not doing that. So we bought a house, and I furnished it with garage sales.
Okay.
And we did that every 2 years, and I would furnish the house and then sell everything in it at a moving sale.
Okay.
And then I would furnish the next house. And we kept doing that. We were getting closer to the mountain
Yeah.
because that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
and
just.
then we moved to inland. We were in Orange County, the beach area. And then we moved inland, and it was a retirement town completely. Like our two little girls, people would go, "Ah, come here and look, little girl."
Kids.
And at garage sales or estate sales, they would give them things. So they saved them.
Is our audio working, Joe?
Is it?
Okay. I didn't see the light on.
So they saved what they gave, people gave them. And I had a big garage sale twice a year. And they got to keep the money from what the people gave them.
Okay.
So they didn't get too attached to things.
They're used to selling it, huh?
Yeah, so I had these humongous garage sales, and then one day my husband said, "I'm going to rent a spot for you in an antique mall."
Okay.
And he rented me this little spot, and that lasted 1 month. And then I had the biggest, it was a whole room that was attached. And so I went to that, and then I ended up in my own store. And
So when you moved out here, you knew you was going to open a store when you moved here, or did you?
actually, we rented it before we moved.
Oh, you done?
Before
Okay.
we went back. It had a sign on this store. It was Heritage Days.
Okay.
So we got to see all the friendly people, and I saw a sign that said for sale or rent. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Ralph, I want to rent this right now." And he goes, "No, he doesn't have a job yet." And I said, "It's Matt, he will. I want to rent it right now." And he goes, and so he wrote the number down.
So you rented it before he even got the job?
Yes.
So you wasn't even for sure?
I
if you,
was sure he was going. I didn't want to go back.
You wasn't going back, was
It
you?
was beautiful, all the green and trees. California, you had to take your lawns out.
You did have to do what?
Take your lawns out. They paid our daughter $1,200 to take all her grass out and put rock.
Do what?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because water shortage.
They don't. Oh my good. They paid her $1,200 to take her grass and put rock in. I bet you got grass here, don't you?
Oh, there's grass. We bought a rental, and my husband had to mow.
Yeah.
What is it, acre and a half, 2 acres or something, maybe more, on hills like this? Yes, there's grass here.
Hills and grass. I guess it's
Yes.
kind of flat in certain parts of California when you're out by the coast.
Very different.
Let me ask you a question here. I see some very bright yellow boots right here. What's the story of these yellow boots that you come by? Those are very unusual. What year would
They're
those
go-go
come?
boots.
Yeah.
This is my 1960s, 70s
I see
section.
that.
This is my 1980s,
80s?
80s, 60s, 70s, 80s. The men's clothes are right here. From
60s
that
and
era.
70s. Now, how do you come by this old stuff? You find this at yard sales, or it's just you got so much of it? Looks like you've got some way of accumulating it.
I bought it, and I knew that I liked it, but I didn't really have a place to display it.
Okay.
We had a 3,000 square foot house, and when the kids left, everything went downstairs. It was a walkout
Okay. And so,
on a hill. So we had all this storage downstairs, so I boxed it up, and
Just been accumulating
We
it.
have some in the basement that we haven't unboxed, but when I go down there, it's like Christmas. I have this.
you found stuff you forgot
Yeah.
about, I'm sure. That's why I am when I go through my boxes in storage. So are these vintage or reproduction, these boots right here?
Those are,
Because I see you have a very low price. Is that how much?
I write on every tag if it's
Says $29.
if it's vintage or,
Reproduction.
well, no, it will say I have antique, vintage, retro, and new.
Okay, new.
And so I write on the tag so people know what they're buying.
Nice. Yeah, you've got it organized very well. So I like your rack up here. That's been a gate.
Most people don't notice that.
Oh,
People
yeah.
don't look up.
Yeah, I've got a gate that you've turned into a. Used to see those like with pots hanging from them in kitchens a lot, you know. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that.
My husband did that. That was a surprise when I.
So where did you get the gate? Is it a Tennessee piece or did it come
Nope.
from California?
Mm-hmm.
Came from California.
7 trips.
7 trips in U-Hauls.
3 were big moving vans, and the rest were trailers, big trailers that he had. Yeah.
Well, I guess you've been told this, but welcome to Tennessee.
Well,
I've been here
thank
my
you.
whole life. I've lived in the same town my whole life, 58 years, so I've
You're
never
lucky.
moved. Yeah, I live about 3 miles from where I pretty much grew up.
Nice.
So born in the hospital about 3 miles away from where I live. So
Oh, nice.
it's a small town. It's not nothing like Rogersville. You got so many beautiful buildings here, and I reckon this is probably the second oldest town in Tennessee.
Yes,
what I'm hearing.
Yes.
So we're going to come back and do some more videos. We're trying to find maybe somebody that's a historian that can walk us through town and give us some history on the buildings. All we can do is show them the beauty of it, but we can't tell them the history because I don't know.
Right.
So we're working on that, and we'll be back, and when I come back, we'll stop and visit you next time,
All
okay?
right, that'll be fun.
Well, thank you for your time, Kathy.
Thank you.
All right, Kathy is just such a sweet person, and this is her store. Vintage, retro, and antiques. I don't think that's the name, that's what they sell, or is that the name, Dustin? Do you know?
No.
It's Emporium.
Old Town Emporium.
Old Town Emporium, but they have vintage, retro, and antiques collectibles. And look at this right here, guys. I know you remember these as a kid growing up. I know that many people's probably took these and thrown them in the dump years ago when they got a little rusty. If you had just held on to them, they're selling for around $1,200 a set. So how about that? It's on sale though, some things in here she's got. So she has some sales, and she has some really neat things. If you come to visit Rogersville, make sure to stop in and see Kathy. We're gonna walk down the street. Come on, Dustin, let's go down the street and see some things. Look at this building, I love this rock. Looks like an old theater, but when you look inside, let's look in here a minute, Dustin. Maybe it's for sale. If anybody want to put a business in, you got a you look at that ceiling. I don't know if I can see it. Can you get in, go a little bit closer. Let's see here a minute. Look at that, guys. Look at that ceiling. Look at that floor. That is wonderful, Dustin. What do you think about it?
I love it.
We've been having a good day today, ain't we?
We have. We've been all over the place. There's just so much here to just look around and find. I mean, I love this.
Yeah, and here is a map showing historic Rogersville, and can't really get over there to where that's at. Don't want to get in the flyers, but I guess it's got when the buildings was built, and there's one I can see right there, 1770.
Crockett Log Cabin.
Crockett Log Cabin, yes. And there's now I don't know what that was. That sounded like a train, but don't think we ain't seen no train tracks around here.
Not one so far.
Maybe that's somebody's horn. But they've got a mural here of all the stuff, and I guess Davy Crockett come through here or lived here, or his parents lived here possibly. I'm hearing Davy Crockett being brought up quite a bit. This is a chiropractic office, but look at this. This would have been probably very typical of all these buildings. This would have been an entrance upstairs to a apartment most likely, and they could possibly be people living there still today upstairs. I love this little side street here. Now, I used to do business with a florist here back many years ago. For about 20 years, I was a wholesale manufacturer of framed art. And so inspirational bereavement art really for funerals was one of my big sellers. I actually used to write some poems and use different poems that I'd buy from people. But I used to deliver down here to a florist that's not there. We drove by a minute ago and it's not there. But I'm going to get you to take attention to these buildings over here on this side of the street. I love the brickwork of these buildings. They just don't do that nowadays. Most of our buildings are metal, or they don't have the detailing in the brick. And I noticed this building right on up here with all this intricate detailing up top. Absolutely beautiful. Now here's a place we walked by. This is a Red Dog eatery. tap room and eatery. Very authentic and original on the inside. We looked in the window. We're not going to go in there today, but we might come back another time. Looks like we got another area here where they can come out here and eat outside. Look right here, Dustin, film this down through here. They've got a little place you can come out here and eat outside. So, but then here was a place that I don't know that was open, but it's got some cool stuff. We'll look at this side of the street when we're on the other side of the street coming back. But every little store and business is unique in its own way. Here looks like a wine shop of some sort. We're going to go right down here to the corner, and we're going to show you some stuff, and then we're going to get in the vehicle and we're going to ride a little bit around and look at a few things. All right down here was a beautiful memorial. I'm going to say it's a Veterans Memorial. That's been our theme today. We've been seeing different places. They've got flags up and veteran memorials, but this is the Hawkins County Courthouse. Look at that steeple. Is that not just absolutely beautiful? Love it. And over here's the memorial. We'll walk over here and look at this. Oh yeah, they've got the different wars marked. World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And this might be an eternal flame, possibly. Probably burns all the time, so never probably goes out. And they have a beautiful garden here that they've set up. Looks like it was dedicated in 1993. Even the building across the street, look at that, Dustin. You can tell that has to be early 1800s possibly. Beautiful old buildings. We're going to walk across the street so we can film the other side of the street, and we'll do a car tour and show you some of the beautiful homes that's here. All right, Dustin, I think we got the light. Let's try to get it here. Springtime, the flowers are coming out. Luckily, the frost didn't kill them last night. It got down to below freezing last night. Got a big building over here. Looks like it's probably pretty old too. It could have been there for 200 years, who knows? And if there's a local historian here that can contact us, email me or leave a comment, I'll like to get with you and let you come back and tell us the history of some of these buildings and kind of do a walking tour. I'm imagining that there's some kind of map somewhere that you can get that tells the history of each one of these buildings. And just absolutely beautiful. I used to come here years ago, like I said, through here to deliver framed art to a customer I had, and I always wanted to come back and have time to walk around on these streets. Look at these sidewalks here with brick sidewalks, and over here's the side we walked down a minute ago on the to my right, Dustin, if you want to film some of them buildings over there. Here's a gift market. Lots of antique shops here, it looks like. Places to shop. I'm going to imagine that right now a Saturday's the best day to visit. Most things are going to be open. And here it looks like maybe another art gallery. So we're on Main Street, Rogersville, and this is Church Street. So this must have several churches on it. That's the reason it was named that at one time. So Dustin, over here to my right is the building we looked at a minute ago and we thought, was this an old theater? Now we can see it was built in 1909 and it's called the Clifton. And it's had some lighting up there, looks like. Boy, that would be beautiful. That sign would be restored. So I'm sure somebody can tell us the history of that. And it's probably on the wall over there if we'd have looked. We're kind of running a little bit behind today. We've made a lot of stops today. We've had a good day, and it's almost 5 o'clock here, and we're not going to be able to catch many places open, but we'll be coming back. We're going to go over to another place. We're going to jump in the car and go over there and see if we can find their historic heritage building. So let's get in the car and take a ride. All right, here's something we found. Most of you who's been watching my videos knows that we've been helping the homeless, giving supplies, but this has been here for 36 years from what they told us. We bought a few things in their thrift store, and this is a huge ministry. We was coming down the back road and we saw all their trucks, but this whole building here is part of the ministry. They feed in, I think, 4 different towns. And they do hot meals, I believe, and hopefully we'll get to come back here and meet the man that started this 36 years ago and get a tour of what they do, helping the homeless, but or needy. I guess it's not just homeless, they help people, just anybody that's in need for food. So, all right guys, we're on Depot Street. We have found what is called the Tennessee Newspaper and Printing Museum. I just went inside and talked to Melissa Nelson, who is the executive director of this operation. It's actually called Rogersville Heritage Association. They have several different places here that they have preserved, and she has got some people with her today, and they got a little bit of construction going on, and she don't want us to show that until it's complete. But we're going to show you one part of it. It's really cool. We're going to go in for just a few minutes. So this is a place definitely you're going to want to stop. This is an original train depot, and the train, she showed me the picture, run right down this road at one time. So let's go in and take a look. All right guys, you're going to love it. I know. Here is one of the pictures that she showed me of the original depot, and there's where the train was at. And I'm not for sure what year that is, but next time we come back, we'll get some more information. But I just want to show you in here real quick. This is really amazing. The Tennessee Newspaper and Printing Museum. I know I've done a few videos on some printing, but they have absolutely got a beautiful setup here. And yes. So at some point, hopefully we can come back and let Melissa give us a little bit of information about the different machines here and maybe where they came from, and the history of printing here in this area must be pretty big. They must have been a big paper, and I've read something about that. Right over here it is on the wall, Dustin. This place here, I've seen some information about this. The Printing Pressman and Association Union House. It's here close somewhere. Maybe we can get some information on that next time. I don't know if all this still exists, but I'm going to think a lot of this stuff that's in here originally came from there. And check this machine out over here, Dustin. This one was really getting uptown here. I bet this could really put out some papers. Check that rascal. I bet that's a heavy one. Bet you don't get that out of here too easy. Actually, I don't know how it got in here. They must have had to build the building around it or cut a wall out or something, because that's got to weigh several thousand pounds. Well, we got some other places we're going to go to, guys. You ready? Let's go see what we can find. Okay, we just stepped outside and realized you need to see how neat this is. This is how they get that press in there, apparently. They've got these big double doors, but I love how it's got these pillars coming out that cantilever over to help hold up the roof. So yeah, absolutely beautiful building. A person can spend a good couple hours here if you love printing history. But even if you don't like printing history, it's cool to come see the depot and stuff in here. They've done such an excellent job. All right, now we're going to leave. All right, here's a place we saw. We're going to pull in here just a minute. This is an older building, looks like, that they have converted into some kind of little complex here. Going to try to come back maybe and look at this at some point, but I love old buildings that's been converted into new stuff. We'll just film straight down the road here and see what we find. We're actually looking for an inn right now. So I think it's one of the oldest inns in Tennessee, but I'm probably on the wrong street, Dustin. I think we're going to need to cut over a street. All right, we drove down this street a little while ago as we were taking a little survey of the town. I love this house right here. Look at this. It's still in original shape. I love it. And we're going to pull into this little park right here and let you see what's going on here. Beautiful park over here. And we're in search of a historic inn around here. But look at this place here. This is just absolutely beautiful with a creek running through it. Yep. Place you'd come down and read a book or whatever you want to do and spend some time. There's a cemetery over there that's rocked in, and I bet that's an old one right there. Since this town is so old, I bet that's untelling how old it is. Okay guys, this is Main Street, Rogersville. We wanted to drive down through here and just show you some of the beautiful homes that's here. Hopefully, like we've been talking about, we'll find somebody that can give us some information. There's an 1850 Rogers Cemetery sign, Dustin. But look at these beautiful homes right here. Absolutely gorgeous. We're going to try to get some of the footage of these beautiful homes. I'm sure that there's a lot of history. Each one of these homes has had different citizens live in them for the last 200 years. I want to think some of these homes are as old as 200 years old. So as you look down Main Street right here as we come in, I'm thinking it is absolutely gorgeous down through here. Don't know if I've ever been in a small town. Now this is Hellspring Inn right here. We're going to try to come back to that. We just passed it on the right. And this building to the right, Dustin, check that one out over there. It's got a building and a house attached to that. So that would be some interesting history on that particular building. Big beautiful church there. I don't know, I think there's about 3 major blocks right here of historic buildings. It's just beautiful, beautiful town. I love the architecture of all these buildings. They're just, you don't see stuff like this. They don't build it like this no more. They're all strip malls and shopping centers and metal buildings and stuff like that. But this is absolutely beautiful. We're gonna, to our right is the Shepherd Center that we was talking about a little earlier. It's a thrift store that does food for anybody that needs it. Hopefully maybe we'll get to come back and do a video on it. But yes, we're not going to tour the whole road here. We're going to go down here for about another quarter of a mile and turn around and let you get a little bit of the other side of the street. It's early spring right now. It's April, I think the date's April 8th, maybe. Look over to the right there, Dustin. Get some footage of that. That's some of these homes. It's just immaculate condition as far as the yards, the upkeep of them. I'm not for sure how their historical association works here, or if they have certain guidelines. Look at this house up here, Dustin. Look at that one. I bet that one's got some interesting history up there. Look at that. I love it. There is a Walmart not far from here, McDonald's, I think. We saw a few other restaurants down on far end of town here, down in the newer section. Like many places, they have a newer section that has some of your newer chain stores and so forth, but most of the businesses here look like they're all independently owned by a mom and pop type situation. That's what we like documenting, is the places that's owned by a individual that's actually there working, and absolutely love meeting the people. We've met a lot of wonderful people today. That's a beautiful house there in town, the big white house. Leave us a comment if you're watching, because we really like to hear from you. Tell us where you're watching from, what state you watch from. Let me know how long you've been watching the Appalachian channel, and let me know what the type of content you like best watching, and that'll help us out. We're stopped at a red light here for a second, but we're getting ready to pull back out and get to rolling again. Okay, here to the right is the post office. Beautiful old post office. Got some beautiful homes up on the hill here. I think the time's off on it.
5:45. What's up there?
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Gage. How are you guys doing?
We're good. We was out here filming. You stopped by to see what we're doing.
Yes, sir. Saw y'all recording.
So how long have you lived in the area?
I've lived in Mooresburg my whole life, but I come up here for school, and but ever since school, I barely come here anymore. But it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, beautiful today, ain't it?
It is. It's a good weather.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful town.
So y'all do history? Y'all
Well, we do old general stores and towns, historic towns. We're a traveling destination channel where people want to go visit places.
That's awesome. Y'all based around here? Or you
Out of
just
La
come here?
Follette, Tennessee.
Oh, that's awesome.
But we travel North Carolina and East Tennessee mostly.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's a good town to check out. Me and my girl was looking up video. We went to Pressman's home the other day and was looking for a good history video on it. We couldn't find it for nothing, so.
Yeah, that was they had a big printing press.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy. And then it was just a town, and then it just went out of nowhere.
Yeah, so we're going to be coming back here, so that would be something to be interesting
Pressman's
if anybody.
home, up on Sneeville Mountain, there's the gas station that's abandoned. There's the fire tower that's abandoned on the middle of the curves, and you can go up a gravel road, and it's a fire tower with a beautiful view. There's a bunch of stuff here, man. That's the only little stuff I know of, though.
Well, did I give you a card already?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you another one
Yes,
here.
sir.
That
I'll
way,
hold on to it. I'll give this one to my girl.
if this don't come out in the morning, it'll be out Saturday morning.
What did you say the channel was?
It's on there, the Appalachian channel.
Oh, yeah, I got it right here.
Right there you go.
Thank you a lot.
Thanks for
Have a good
stopping.
day, man.
You too,
Thank
buddy.
you for what you do.
All right, you too, buddy. Bye-bye. All right, guys, we are heading back home. I'm used to being in North Carolina, so I usually say I'm heading back to Tennessee, but I am in Tennessee this time. So we're about an hour and a half away from home. It's been a beautiful day, a beautiful trip, beautiful town. One of the most amazing little towns that I could tell you that I've ever been in, without a shadow of a doubt. And I've been through here many times, but I never took the time to get out and walk around and meet some of the people. Very friendly place. And we found this structure as we was driving around today, and we decided to do the closing here. And Dustin's going to tell us about that in a minute. But right over here, we had the Presbyterian church that was started in 1803, and the cemetery, I think 1838, they started burying people there. And this building is over 220 years old. And Dustin looked up some information using Google Lens, where you take a picture of it and let Google search it, and within seconds, we had the answer. So tell us what you found out there, Dustin.
Well, we found out that this was original office in 1805 of Samuel Powell. He was a lawyer. It was his law offices. This house is from the 1800s. It's a 2-story. It's currently under construction, but I was looking at the signs there. There's several grants and some of the city municipalities and stuff that are all involved that I guess they're going to fully restore this place. Each log is tagged and numbered to make it easier to put the house back together. So when they went through with this, they've been putting it back together and done each log by log.
So we don't know if it was moved here or not, though, if this is the original spot. So leave us a comment on that and let us know. And so read that, what you found there.
The structure shown is the 1800s original log house, also known as the Powell Law Office, located in Rogersville, Tennessee. The building is a 2-story log structure. It was initially the law office of Samuel Powell around 1805. The house is considered one of the few remaining settlement-era log structures in this area.
How about that? So, yeah, there's a lot of history. Beautiful. The whole town is pretty much preserved and been restored. There's a few buildings around that's maybe still in restoration shape or being restored, like this building. But as the Appalachian Channel over the past years has become a travel and destination channel, this is one place I'm going to recommend that you can come stay. Now, we didn't go in there. We walked in to the Hell Springs Inn. That's more of an upper end type thing. It's got dining. It's got I think a bar in there.
A little tavern in it.
Tavern in there. Anybody that works there, that runs that, the manager, if you want to give us an email and give us a tour sometime when we come back, we'd like to document that. Or if you own any type of business here in Rogersville that's in a historic or older building and you'd like for us to document it, if it falls into our category, we'll come do that for absolutely free. We make our money from the ads that you see running in there. So we don't charge people to document their places, and it's a blessing to us. It's a blessing to the business because it brings in visitors that watch the channel, and so it's a win-win for everybody. And we're just trying to make some contacts. Usually when I come to a town like Dandridge was a town I documented a year or so ago, and I made 3 videos there, so I'm sure there's 2 or 3 more videos here. There's also a place here called Memory Lane that a guy named Otis built behind his house. It's got like his old 50s style town that he built there, and we're going to reach out to him by email and see if we can get an appointment to go see that. And what else we're going to come back to, maybe, I don't know. There's a lot here.
The old train depot for sure.
The old train depot that you saw earlier in the video, we're going to go back there and let them give us a little bit more history on that. And anything else of interest, like Davy Crockett, I think his mom and dad has a home that's here that they lived in. So some Davy Crockett history, I believe, is here. We really don't know. We just know it's beautiful and it's old and we want to know more. Make sure to leave us a comment and tell us where you're from, what content you like the best. Let me know how long you've been watching the Appalachian Channel. And many of you know Dustin has just started helping me out here in the last month, and it's been a big help to have somebody to come along and travel with, so I ain't by myself. And he helps film, and he does a great job. And he has a Facebook channel too, a Facebook page, don't you?
Yeah.
He's going to try to get it started. It's Dustin Ward, and we'll leave the link in the bottom. And he needs like 1,000 followers maybe to get monetized. We can make a little bit of money maybe. Make sure to follow him on his channel, and you'll find that link below. And go on there, and some of the videos he's done, he needs some likes, I believe. You got to do so many likes a week.
They do this progression when you're trying to do the monetization, and they have tasks that you do through that point. Right now, I just need like 100 comments on some of the stuff.
100 comments. So leave comments on his videos for him, and that's help him get his page going, and maybe he can start making a little bit of money too. But guys, we love you. We love meeting the people out when we're out. Summer's coming up. I always have a lot of people contact me and say, hey, I'm coming through East Tennessee. Would like to meet you. So a lot of times I meet them for lunch if I'm in town. So if you're coming this way, let me know. We might can meet somewhere where I'm filming, or you can come by La Follette where I live and we can go have lunch. But, just love the job that I do. Dustin's getting to see what an amazing job I've got to get out and meet people, and not just the people that we document, but the viewers are so amazing. You guys that leave those comments and things. That's the reason I want to know where you're watching from, and in the comments, and how long you've been watching, and what your favorite content is. And if you want me to get back with you, my email's down there. Email me, and that's the best way. Sometimes the comments, we get thousands of comments sometimes on a video, and we don't always get back to those comments. But I do definitely try to get back to the emails. So we're gonna get off here and head back to La Follette and get to editing this video, I guess. So
It'll be fun.
all right, guys, make sure that you're subscribed, because a lot of people says I'm subscribed, and when they go to look, for some reason they have become unsubscribed. We don't know what that phenomenon is causing this is, but check to make sure you're subscribed. And God bless you all. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.